Hello everyone, welcome to Game Breakers Box Breaks, and this is our test run for our first post to our YouTube channel. Today what I'll be doing for the test run is I will be breaking open a box of 2015-16 Upper Deck Series 2. So, any comments will be greatly appreciated. And just let me know, guys, if I'm like going way outside the camera or something, because, you know.
Sure. Noting again, of course, this is a test run, so everyone is hearing us discuss these things.
Exactly.
Please note as well, anyone who's watching this later, we do recognize the lighting may not be the best. We'll be working on that as we go forward. This is just our first dry run to recognize what we need to improve.
Fantastic. So here's all the packs right here, and I'll only use the X-Acto knife if I'm having trouble opening a pack. How does this look for centering, guys? Is this still in a pretty good spot?
So far looking good.
Okay. Oh yes, gotta love the older product. They're all stuck together. Oh, and I will be wearing white gloves when we do the actual product. So there we go. There's one of our first interesting cards. Jersey
So
card.
I think my first comment would be probably you need to angle it a little more towards yourself, like a little more upright, yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
Just so people can see it better.
Okay. And then I will pass this off to our stands where you'll be able to take a look and see a nice view. Yeah, we're gonna have to do something about the packs, because I don't want a bunch of packs all sitting.
I think long term what we'll end up doing is whoever's working with you for the stands on this side can also be grabbing your material.
Exactly. Yeah.
We just don't have anywhere to.
Or we'll
We didn't
put
grab
a
a garbage can.
Put a garbage
Exactly.
can near you.
And there's a Connor Hellebuck portraits, Upper Deck portraits.
I love how if anybody does watch this, they're gonna be like questioning all the stuff we're talking about.
Basically, what I want to be able to do is I want to be able to look at it, and I want to be able to critique myself
sure.
and just know what I need to do better.
So I'm thinking what we should be doing maybe is, as we're doing this, because it takes you time to open the pack, that's the period where we can be switching to the close-up shots, because you still see the pack opening in the side corner.
Yeah, I did that on the first one.
Yeah.
I think I was planning on doing it every time we open like a patch or something. That I think the portrait's a little
I'm not a
lower,
sports
but
guy.
I
I'm not
have
a sports
no
guy, so I don't know what the relative values are.
That's nothing.
Yeah. No, I meant like.
Yeah.
We're just audio video tech. We don't know which cards are worth.
Yeah,
money.
on future videos, you guys shouldn't be hearing us unless we decide to commentate, and then we're just the guys asking questions.
The dumb questions probably.
Not necessarily. Some of the questions I'm sure are going to be pretty damn good.
Yeah, so again, you're going to end up with that, because you're naturally angling it down to see it better yourself.
Oh, right, right.
It needs to be straighter on in order for people to see that better view of it.
Yeah. I'm wondering if there's any way we can also move so I can actually see it. I can actually see, yeah, sure. That I can actually see it out of my periphery. I'm wondering if, what do you think, guys? Can we move this over a little more? Is that possible?
We can move, well, at the end of the day, you're probably going to have someone playing with a laptop that isn't you.
Right.
What we could do is a secondary screen that you can look at. From like a long-term perspective,
Yeah.
we can put out a secondary small screen.
Yeah, we
and
will
have it in
want
better
a
position
second
for
monitor in this rig eventually,
Yes.
it. Yeah.
and so it'll be along those lines.
Yeah. If my stuff wasn't all packed at home, I could bring some.
I think you should have the Game Breakers banner up behind you.
Yeah, we're gonna have the new Game Breakers
Yeah, long-term
logo and everything.
Put that
Actually,
forward.
it'll be done this week.
Oh,
Awesome.
Yeah, I have a second meeting with the graphic artist on Monday, and you guys already checked out Hans's business card and everything, right? So.
this is gonna be so random if anybody watches it just from the commentary that as we're discussing on it.
We're growing, figuring it out.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. This is a test run where nobody's invested any money in it, except for me, for my box of cards.
Your sticky cards.
Yeah.
Ugh,
Five
that
years
scares
old.
me. Every time they clip like that.
Yeah.
It's because they just didn't quite dry, right? The finish.
Exactly.
to get it in. Good luck, fellas.
Thanks.
Sell all your spots?
Thank you.
They sell all those spots?
What's that?
They sell all those spots?
We have 11 spots left. Yeah,
For
it's.
both of them or just the one?
Pardon me?
For both of them or just the one?
For the first one that's going to be next Sunday.
Oh.
Yeah, we got 11 spots left. So.
For anyone watching, he did just say there are spots available for next Sunday. Noting what day and time is that, and where can they book that if they want to?
That would be Sunday, the 14th of June at, I was going to say 1600 hours, but I will put it into non-military terms, at 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Please note that it's the year 2020, should anyone be watching this
Oh
down
my
the road.
God, I can't believe how sticky these are. This is really going to be fun.
Is the premium in there too? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this one of the styles of boxes you'll be opening?
Yeah,
Okay.
Well, it's
because the boxes are 5 years old. They've been sitting for 5 years. And although this is some of the worst that I've seen, so maybe it's just this one box. Some of the worst
humidity got to it. a little
Hopefully.
too much.
stuck together that I've ever seen.
Because it's going to make for a long box opening if you have to open 10 boxes like that.
Well, exactly. Yeah. Am I doing better with the angling it towards the camera?
Yep.
Okay. The thing is, people won't mind if it takes a little bit longer as long as the cards aren't being damaged while
Oh,
you're
for
doing
sure.
it. So
It's an unfortunate
it is.
function of. It's more
It
what I'm
is.
meaning.
Because you'll see when we're opening up some of the newer ones, they come out and they just slide like there's...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is
they
how
just
they should.
slide apart. Exactly.
I know because you're doing 5 years of box openings,
Yeah.
you're going to have some others that do this.
Yeah, Hans actually had to. There was a box of baseball. It was 10 years old that he sold yesterday, and he had to refund the customer today. He had no issue refunding the customer because what had happened. I guess I can just put these down. I don't have to. He had to refund the customer because the cards came out. They actually used too much lacquer on the surface
Yeah.
or coating on the surface, and it actually pulled the cards forward. So when they all came out of the pack, they were all in a big U shape. So
They
it,
curled.
they curled.
The
Yeah.
humidity got them.
I mean, I'm used to
Magic cards do that.
Magic cards, Dice Masters, anything that gets foiled. I'm used to that happening.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that's the thing is these were foiled, and yeah, that's what happened to them. I guess the cardstock they used wasn't all that thick, and they used too much.
Well, the
Surface
reality
coating?
it's more that they need to put the coating on both sides,
Yes.
right? Because it has to bounce across, and that's the former woodworker in me talking. Just because, yeah, you need to finish. At least, when you're doing anything like that, you need at least one coat of finish on both sides relative.
I guess I should actually start doing the commentary that I would actually
I mean,
do.
this is why I asked if you wanted to do a dry run that wasn't going to be posted.
Yeah.
Because we're doing all this discussionary
Oh
commentary.
no, I actually want it because people are going to see and hear, the differences that we're talking about. So, but I already see a young gun coming up, and it's Noah Hannafin. There we go
nice.
for the Carolina Hurricanes. So
That one
I will
stick
pass
on
that
there.
over to
Replace the older one.
sure. And a Sidney Crosby regular card.
So
So
does look like we're
whoever's-
gonna have to fix the zoom a bit more on that camera.
Yeah, just tweak it a bit. I mean, we're going to have to retweak it when we set back up anyways.
What time do you guys want to come in and set back up on the 14th? Do you think?
When are you running it?
4 p.m.
Give it a couple hours then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Come in again around 2.
Sure. I will
Sounds
put
good.
that in my phone.
Excellent.
What was it? Something I was going to say and it slipped my mind entirely. Oh yeah, you said you're wearing gloves for that. Whoever's
Correct.
here will need to wear gloves as well.
Yes. Yeah, I've ordered, I think it was a lot of 24 pairs. So.
Okay.
Ryan Callahan, Upper Deck Canvas. Yeah. Normally what I can do with a lot of these older packs is I can just sort of
You can tell by the edge.
shuffle it with the edge of my thumb and my fingers, and they split apart. But this is one of the worst boxes I've ever seen for being stuck together. And it's funny, the older boxes of OPC from the 1980s and 70s that used to have gum in them, the gum would melt between two cards, so you'd get the front of one card. You'd get the front of one card damaged and the back of another card damaged a lot of the time. And if that happened to be like a Wayne Gretzky or Mary Lemieux, Bobby Ryan canvas, it
Actually, I'm wondering if we
Really
want
hurt.
to do something here. Can you switch back to the main camera?
Oh, yeah. I forgot. My bad.
oh, you audiovisual guys.
What I'm actually thinking is flip
Sorry,
it
I was
over.
setting my calendar.
Flip.
So I can actually adjust the camera a bit.
Yep.
I'm more thinking because of the way you're naturally holding,
Yep.
we can tweak a little, and I can tweak more on the base as well,
Okay.
so we can actually cheat its angles. Anyways,
Yeah, definitely.
that'll be something we'd have to tweak the day of either way.
Yeah.
But I'm just trying to figure out a way to get better, to allow you to have your hands naturally where you want them.
Mm-hmm. See another young gun there coming up. And we have Zachary Fukali, World Junior Championship hero. So I will give that over.
Part of me wants to know what the values of these things you're handing me, but part of me also really doesn't.
Yeah, the young guns that I've handed to you are they're not significant. They're under $20 each.
Oh, okay.
Those two cards, and the other inserts, it's like the Connor Hellebuck portraits, was probably somewhere around $5, I think.
And the patch was probably in the same kind of range.
The patch was like $5, yeah, because it's just a single. It's a swatch of a jersey,
Yeah.
and it's just a single swatch.
I understand
not
where they come from.
multicolored.
I just don't know how much, like, their actual value
Yeah,
based on total print value, because you have a maximum number based on using one shirt, right?
correct.
Oh, they'd also assume that patches have varying value depending on what part of the shirt.
And depending upon the player, yeah, the patches depending. The jersey.
Yeah.
It would depend upon. What position on the jersey and how many colors.
Well, so yeah, because I was figuring like just a chunk of red or a chunk of white would not be as valuable.
Interesting.
I think the focal point changed slightly because of me moving the camera.
Mm-hmm.
Here, let's put it back where it was. Or we may just need to adjust our focal slightly. Yeah, we'll have to adjust it. But again,
I think Brandon's probably getting a really good idea of how I hold my hands and
Yeah.
and what I'm doing with them and so on. So I know that I have to keep.
what probably we'll end up doing for the event is get you seated. Once we're close, get you seated, and then just
Yeah.
do the last weeks with you having stuff in hand.
Exactly. Yeah, I should probably spend a good half hour or hour before the actual break in here with you guys. Just
Yeah. I mean, it'll be easier eventually when you have a more static setup.
Of
but
course.
With teardown and setup every time, it'll be. There's going to be issues like this every time
exactly. Yeah.
until we have more.
And at the end of the day, the most important thing you're trying to do to start with is prove that there's no question you're opening exactly what you're opening.
Exactly.
Everything else like that.
Yeah, and that's what people are going to be really concerned about. They don't want to see you opening a box and then have everything go off camera, and then all of a sudden parts of other boxes or something are substituted.
Yeah, which is why when we do the camera switch, the close-up, we maintained
Exactly.
your hand, the other two cameras, so nothing else changes.
Exactly. I'm actually happy. There's a Colin Miller foil rookie.
Right?
Sure. I'm actually happy that we had a lot of difficulty with this box, because I wouldn't have
Gives you
wanted
an
to.
idea.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to have done a really nice, 1921 and had it go off without a hitch. The cards just separating very easily, and then get flustered when
Yeah.
we're actually. Yeah.
That's fair.
How long has this been approximately, guys? Do you know?
We are at 14 minutes right now.
Oh wow, 14 minutes.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's why I was making
Yeah.
some comments.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have to go faster.
Yeah. Again, it's because you hit a box that's problematic, and
Yeah.
you don't want to damage the cards. But
Correct.
if it takes 20 minutes a box,
Yeah, no.
we're talking 2 to 3 hours.
Yeah. Well, it's 10 boxes, yeah. So it's.
Thankfully,
200
I
minutes.
believe this is more of an exception than the rule. So.
Exactly.
And it's also the
Got
oldest.
another Young Guns.
Brendan Gauntz,
Is that the oldest year that we'd be doing?
This is the oldest year, correct?
Tilt that a little towards you. All right.
pass it over. I'll slide it into the other camera.
That's right. I keep forgetting that we have the other cameras that will give
Yeah.
a more clear image. Yeah, exactly.
Or static image.
Correct.
The real trick will be when we do this for real, me and Brendan shouldn't be talking.
Oh, no.
That, or I need to bring you better audio gear.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to listening to it, too, and seeing how clear everything is.
Should be okay. I mean, Yetis are reasonably good. For anyone actually watching and curious about
Oh, there we
Ooh,
go.
Look at that.
Young Gun Checklist, Jack Eichel and Zachary Foucault.
That's a good thing, I think.
It is.
It's sideways, I would assume.
It's a checklist of two of the, we already got the Foucault actual card. The Jack Eichel is the big card from this box. It's worth about $100
Okay.
US. So.
Yeah, so anybody who actually watches this and cares at all about what the tech is behind it right now, there's an Alienware laptop, a Blue Yeti, 3 C920s, a couple of on-stage table mounts with adapters for cameras, as well as you can see in the background of the main shot a gooseneck table stand.
And what company has provided the audiovisual equipment?
Audiovisual equipment has mostly been provided by Powered AV. We're a local company that does AV, weddings, whatever have you, DJing.
There you go. Located in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada.
Yep. And going through a bit of a dry spell due to the pandemic.
Who
And
would've
hence-
thought people don't need AV setups during the pandemic. You think it would be the
And
opposite?
hence the help.
Yes and no.
Oh, another young
Louis
gun.
Domingue.
We'll hold that up and get a shot here, and then we'll move it over.
Yeah, because it's still important to have the shot of it there to prove it's the same card that comes over,
Correct.
as there is a momentary loss of visual of it.
Yeah.
Mind you, for you to swap it out for another one would mean you'd have to have duplicates of all.
Well, and this is much more than what most breakers do.
Yeah.
Very rarely. Basically, the card goes off camera. It gets put into a protection
Nothing comes
of some
back.
sort. No, and it doesn't
Ooh.
even come back.
No?
There's another young gun, Derek Forbert.
Just a little tilted
Or
towards camera
I
a bit
guess if I was to say he was a French Canadian, I would say Derek Faubert, but he's not. It's Derek Forbert. Because usually it's Faubert.
more. And the King's yellow alternate.
Yeah, it's
Nice.
really sharp. It's so funny how some of these uniforms that we thought ages ago were very gaudy. Now the retro look on them is very, very nice.
I think also
I
when we
think
do
people just like change.
when we do the set back up, we're gonna have to either mark or secure these
Yeah.
because
Yes.
I've bumped them once or twice.
Yes,
And that's caused, yeah.
and that's why I was actually
The
thinking
one on the right should be tilted
Shane
back
Doan
in
upper
where
deck.
it
Well, it's
is.
also because I'm not sitting it the same way every time in the tray.
I was actually thinking of getting a more of an acrylic stand, like a magazine stand.
Yeah.
And
so
actually
we can just
sitting
la-
them
and then we can lay them on it. Yeah, that
So
was
we can
quick.
figure out the
So they
right-
don't adjust every time. Yeah.
It's actually and it's inclined, something like that. It's sort of like a reading stand. You just set your So that's what I'm thinking of doing. I'll see if I can find one of those this week because I found those stands tend to be very rickety.
I mean, they work for display, but not for interactive.
No. A lot of times I don't even have to go through those cards because people are only
It's the one
concerned.
card that matters.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
it's
for
the
sure.
insert cards because the commons aren't part of the break for people.
Yeah, but you still have to get to that card
Correct.
carefully.
And you do want to check and make sure that sometimes there's an extra insert, sometimes there's two in a pack, and it'll be one of the exclusive cards numbered out of
The really important one,
Yeah.
basically.
yeah
That-
numbered out of 10 or numbered out of 1,000.
Yeah, and if no one sees you pull it, and then later on you go and hand it to them, like, oh,
Yeah.
cool, but wait, what?
And speaking of which, there is one of the exclusives right there.
No, tilted towards.
And it's Andrew Ladd, captain of the Winnipeg Jets. He's actually a very popular player. So I will pass this over.
in the last pack,
And
too.
let's take a look here. There might be a second insert stuck to Mr. Nail Yakupov. And there's not. Just a common card of Mark Stone. But there we go. Thus ends the first test run of the break. Thank you for watching.